What's going on everyone, and I'm back with another Dayz video. So you guys are wondering what are my PVP settings for Dayz, such as like my preference, what I use in game. So we'll start off with the in-game settings. I am on the Lone Survivor Deathmatch server. It's mainly just sniping only. Yeah, go to options. So this video is just for like PvP settings and performance. You want to turn off bleeding indication, connectivity warnings, just have those two off. Because apparently that drops your frame rate on screen. Field of view all the way up. No need to worry about that. These are just my graphics settings. I can have all of these on like really poor. But yeah, I'm running a 4090, so why not have it on extreme? But for like really sweaty PvP, you want to have everything on completely poor, low, and disabled. I have to play in windowed because for some reason my monitor just doesn't want to play full screen, because I just get this like black border all around. VSync off. That like caps your frame rate to like 60 or something like that. You don't want that. You want to get at least over 200. I'm playing on a 2K 1440p monitor with 240 Hz. Controls, I just have my mouse settings up here. Aiming and camera. I also fiddled around with my keybinds. So I set prone to like be like it's right next to the C keybind for crouching. But I like that you can just like drop shot, things like that. Camera, I'm playing at 1pp, so it doesn't really matter. Combat. Now I'm running a Logitech mouse G502. So I've changed my reload keybind to one of my mouse buttons on the side where my thumb is. That way I can just reload without having to press R. Zeroing up and down, normally these two are page up and down keybinds. But I have one of these set to my mouse button. And then zeroing up is just my R keybind. These are your like bullet velocity, how far you can shoot. Hold breath, as a COD player, I always have it on left shift. It's just muscle memory. I would leave toggle ADS off, but you can have it on if you want. But mainly I just want to aim manually. Yeah. Now for filters, this is for Nvidia owners only. Brightness and contrast. I'll normally set this to 20 or so, but this doesn't want to do what I want it. Numbers are a bit uneven. You can go ahead and pause the video or write down notes, save it somewhere. But like I said, these are personal preference. Everyone has different tastes on how they want their game to look. That's what it looks like when it's off, and when I turn it on, everything's bright. You can use reshade as well. Set it to performance mode too. Here's another thing on Steam. You can use Hudsight, which is like a crosshair app. I would use start old Hudsight V1. Click yes. Here's my Dayz PVP crosshair, and you can see it in the center of the screen. And they just use it for servers that don't like allow crosshair or like disable it. But yeah, you can just use that on Steam. You might have to purchase it, I don't know. Also make sure in your Windows setting for gaming, I would just have this turned off, because for some reason this like fucks with your system. Because I say your graphics card's already like doing all this work, so you don't really need any of this on. Go to here to have all this off. Now you want to go to your mouse settings. I have my sensitivity or speed up to 10, somewhere in the center. Additional mouse settings, you want to go to pointer options, make sure that is unticked. Enable pointer precision, because that also fucks up your aim. So make sure that's off. Now you want to go to your whatever software you're using for your mouse and keyboard, like Razer or SteelSeries. Here's my Logitech hub. This is the DPI you should be using for Dayz. I normally had mine up to 1600, but turns out that's really not good for my aim. Can't land headshots or anything. But mainly because I played COD, so I would have it set to there. But 800 is what I've grown on now. You know, set your mouse setting to that. Now let's see. Say if you have like an AMD software or Nvidia control panel. Use the advanced 3D image settings, set it to performance. So you want to go here and then slide that all the way to performance and then go back to here. Make sure you hit apply every time. These are all my global settings. Everything's like all off. You can zoom in if you want, or pause the video. Monitor technology, I have that to my fixed refresh rate, because I am running a 240Hz monitor. Power management mode, I have mine on prefer maximum performance, but this is mainly for like older Nvidia graphics cards. High performance texture filtering. VSync off too. Make sure you set your native resolution. And these are just personal preference of image quality. If you have a HDMI cable 2.1, you can enable all this stuff. Desktop color, just like gamma, brightness, saturation, things like that. So, desktop size and position, make sure that's no scaling, perform scaling on GPU, override scaling mode set by games and programs. Resolution, native. VSync, make sure that's completely off, because that also fucks with like your display. Now I don't use Nvidia Inspector, whatever that is, but I'll just use whatever's available to me. Legit. And one more thing. You want to go to your game, browse local file. You know, it should take you to your Dayz folder. You want to go here. So like if your username is so and so underscore settings, Dayz profile file. What you want to do is make sure that's unticked, read only. When you untick that, if it is already, you want to go into it. You want to tweak your file settings in the game too. Mainly just headBob, set that to 0, that was 30 by default. mouseSmoothing 0, that's also 30. You want like raw input or something like that, so make sure that's 0. sceneComplexity, whatever. I think that's 1 million. Yeah, 1 million. shadowZDistance to 125. viewDistance. I could change this. Oh yeah, we can only see players from like at least 1,300 meters. But yeah, both of these 5,000, terrainGrid 25. Yeah, after you changed these settings, you want to go exit. And then set it to read only, and then it should save. Just make sure you only change the numbers, don't get rid of like any commas or special characters, because that will mess up your file and you will probably have to validate your game. Now one of the biggest things I'm trying to master in Dayz is sniping. Sniping is like something I want to get good at. Also, just letting you guys know that Dayz PVP can be a bit toxic, but it's just the way it is. So just deal with it. If you don't like PvP, just go stick to PvE servers, if that's not for you. Alright, these are like my personal preference. You can go ahead and copy what I've got down in the video in the description. But yeah, tweak it as much as you like. Like everyone has different tastes. their playstyle. So yeah, it's up to you. Alright, that's all.